NTI Day 19. This is Thursday, April 16th, 2020. This is our math video for today. This video is very similar, or this lesson, is very similar to the one that we did yesterday. So we're going to just jump right into it. So it says the base of a rectangular prism is a rectangle. You know that area is measured in square units, and that the area of a rectangle can be found by multiplying the length times the width. Volume is measured in cubic units, or units cubed. That's because we're adding a height to it. When you build a prism and add each layer of cubes, you're adding a third dimension height. So if we want to find the area of this base, and I'm really not sure why this, I think we're talking about just this part right here. I think this is supposed to connect to this. So I don't really know why we have this extra right here, but we're just going to focus on this rectangle on the inside. So if I look on the inside, then I can see that I have, yeah, I guess that's what they want us to do. I don't know. It's the same as this, but it's turned to the side. So we're just going to talk about this part right here. So we have 1, 2, 3 as our length, and 1, 2, 3, 4 as our width. So 3 times 4 is 12 square units. Alright, Unlock the Problem says, Sid built a rectangular prism shown at the right using 1-inch cubes. The prism has a base that's a rectangle and has a height of 4 cubes, so it's 4 layers tall. What's the volume of the rectangular prism that Sid built? So we can find the volume by multiplying the number of square units in the base. So the base shape would be the bottom part, or each layer, by its height. So by how many layers we have. So each layer of Sid's rectangular prism is composed of 12 1-inch cubes, because we can see that we have 4 for our length, and we have 3 for our width, so 4 times 3 is 12. So each layer is going to add another 12 to it. Okay, so our height is going to have a correlation between our volume. So if we're talking about just one layer, then we know that that's 12 cubes. If we're talking about 2 layers, then we're going to take that same 12 and multiply it by 2 to get 24. So each time we're going to multiply the height by 12, because that's how many cubes are in each layer, or in each, each layer. That's the best way to say it. So when we multiply 3 times 12, then we can see that there are 36 cubes in that one. And 4 times 12 is 48. So it says, how does the volume change as each layer is added? Well, I can see that from this layer to this layer, it increases by 12. From here to here, it increases by 12, and so on. So it increases by 12, or it adds 12. What does the number you multiply the height by represent? So the number that we multiply the height by is 12. 12 represents the area, the length, and the width. 12 is the area of the base. And we can say that 3 times 4 equals 12. So the volume of Sid's rectangular prism is 48, because we have 4 layers. 4 times 12 is 48. 48 inches cubed. Alright, we're going to skip this part, but we are going to talk about this one down here at the bottom. So it says a rectangular prism has a base with a length of 10 inches and a width of 7 inches. Its height is 3 inches. So it says, what is the area of the base? Well, remember, anytime we're finding area, we're multiplying length times width. So we need 10 times 7. So it's going to be 70 inches squared. Remember, that squared means that we multiplied 2 dimensions to get that answer. And then what is its volume? Well, we said volume is length times width times height. So our length and our width and our height, 10 times 7 we said is 70, so we have to multiply 70 times 3. Well, I know that 7 times 3 is a basic fact. That's 21. And then we're going to add that 0 on. So our unit here is still going to be inches, but it's going to be inches cubed because we multiplied 3 dimensions to get it. Okay? Alright, next page. The length of the rectangular prism is, and it really doesn't matter which one you put as long as you get all of them. But let's talk about this as length, this as width, and this as height. So the length is 4 inches. Make sure you put that unit with it. The width is 5 inches. So the area of the base is going to be 4 times 5. So that's going to be 20 inches squared. So our height is 6 inches. And then we're going to multiply that 6 times the base to get our volume. So 6 times 20 is 120 inches cubed. And then to find the volume of each of these, we're just going to multiply those dimensions together and make sure that you put the correct exponent. And I am absolutely sure that if you have watched these videos and you've worked through with me, you could tell me why the exponent 2 is used to express area and why the exponent 3 is used to express volume. It's because with area we multiply 2 dimensions, with volume we multiply 3 dimensions. Alright, 3 times 2 is 6, times 3 is 18, so that's going to be 18 centimeters cubed. 1 times 2 is 2, times 6 is 12, so we're going to get 12 centimeters cubed. And then down here, we're still just going to multiply. 3 times 1 is 3, times 8 is 24 millimeters cubed. 5 times 5 is 25, times 6 is, 150 feet cubed. And then 4 times 4 is 16, times 10 is going to be 160 centimeters cubed. And then 4 times 7 is 28, times 7, I don't know that one. I'm going to have to work that out. No, you're going to have to work that out. So you work out 28 times 7 and solve this one on your own. And your unit is going to be inches cubed. Alright, so we are going to skip this. And let's look at the bottom. What's the volume of the rectangular prism at the right? Well, we just have to multiply those. 5 times 5 is 25. And then 25 times 70, times 7, not 70, is going to be 175. Because that makes me think about 7 quarters. So I can count 25, 50, 75, $1, 125, 150, 175. So anytime I've got the number 25, I try to use that mental math to think about what I already know to help me solve those. Alright, your work here is just what we did on the other page. You're finding the volume of each. It's so simple. All you have to do is multiply those three numbers together. Don't forget your units. Centimeters, inches, centimeters, feet, inches, feet. So put the right one, and they're all going to be cubed. They're all going to have this little 3 here. If they don't, they're not correct. Alright, on the last one down here, they have given you the dimensions instead of drawing it out. All you have to do is multiply those dimensions together to find the volume. And then on this one it says that a cube. What do we know about cubes? We know that a cube has all of the same dimensions. So its length, width, and height are all going to be 6. Alright, then you've got more review on the back page. Okay, so that's day 19 for you. And we've got one more day this week, and then it'll be the weekend. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.